Welcome everyone to Wouldn't You Want to Know? Today we will solve quadratic equations using quadratic formula. And before that, do you know that the quadratic formula was derived using completing the square? Let us now derive the quadratic formula by using completing the square. The standard form of a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a, b, and c are constant. So deriving the quadratic formula, transpose the constant term c on the other side of the equation. So we have ax squared plus bx is equal to negative c. Next, we will divide both sides by the coefficient of x squared, which is a, so the equation will become x squared plus bx over a is equal to negative c over a. Add the square of 1/2 the coefficient of x to both sides of the equation. So we have x squared plus bx over a plus b over 2a, the quantity squared, is equal to negative c over a plus b over 2a, the quantity squared. Write the left side of the equation as a perfect square. On the right side, write negative c over a as negative 4ac over 4a squared, so that the two fractions are similar. So we have x plus b over 2a, the quantity squared, is equal to negative 4ac over 4a squared plus b squared over 4a squared. Simplified by combining the terms on the right side, we now have x plus b over 2a, the quantity squared, equals to b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. Extract the square root, we have x plus b over 2a is equal to positive negative square root of b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. Simplify the radical and isolate x on the left side. So we now have x is equal to negative b over 2a plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. This is the quadratic formula. X is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Let us solve the quadratic equation using quadratic formula x squared minus 5x minus 6 is equal to 0. Before we are going to use the formula, we will identify first the value of a, b, and c. So from the quadratic equation, x squared minus 5x minus 6 is equal to 0, a is equal to 1, b is equal to negative 5, and c is equal to negative 6. After identifying a, b, and c, plug in the given values to the quadratic formula. So we have x is equal to negative the quantity of negative 5 plus or minus the square root of negative 5 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 6 over 2 times negative 1. Simplifying, we have 5 plus or minus the square root of negative 5 squared, 25, plus 24. Add 25 and 24, we have 5 plus or minus the square root of 49 over 2. Take the square root of 49, we now have 5 plus or minus 7 over 2. Separate plus or minus 7, we have x is equal to 5 plus 7 over 2, and x is equal to 5 minus 7 over 2. Simplify, we have x is equal to negative 1 and x is equal to 6. Therefore, the solution set is negative 1, 6.